David Carr, Mike Ham with you here on Game Day Kickoff. Dylan Gabriel, Kenny Pickett, a little banged up. Oh, here we go, Shedeur. Getting the start.
Okay.
I mean, he's coming out with a Debo.
I can't flash into that, dude. That was so awesome.
In Carolina, in Charlotte. Who knew, David? Who knew?
Who knew?
I thought he couldn't
Somebody
run.
knew. I didn't. Yeah, I know he can.
I thought he had no wheels.
Just take the time. Not yet.
Almost.
Almost.
Almost. It was that time a whole lot, actually, for
This
him.
is great.
Dimes. Kid Davis for the touchdown. Shedeur, 14 to 23 passing, 138 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Dad loving it. Taking to social media, which he often does. I mean, the fans loving it. Early birthday gift for Prime, because today is Prime's birthday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Doug Williams' birthday, too.
Oh, here we go. Number for Shedeur.
Oh! That's a receiver helping a quarterback
Yeah,
out.
that's fantastic.
That's big time. There's more for Prime.
Look at that, though. Over the linebacker who was chasing him. Just a beautiful decision.
I think kid's from Ohio.
Yes?
Yeah, that's right.
You know, guys, I remember having this conversation with MJD about Colorado. I was like, hey, what do you think Shedeur's going to do? It's like, well, he's used to running for his life. I mean,
Yeah.
He's going to have to do that here.
You saw a little bit of that, but, like, the poise, though, even when he was on the move.
Well, that's the biggest thing. The lights aren't too bright, obviously. He's lived in this world his whole life.
Yeah, and David, the way he navigated the pocket, I mean, there was a lot of garbage around him, and, you know, he just looked
Those
steady.
were my favorite components. It's like when he had time. Because he didn't in training camp. I was out there. We were talking about it before. Didn't have a lot of time in training camp practices. His offensive line wasn't playing very well. Defensive line was winning. But tonight he did. And even when he didn't, he made the plays that we saw in Colorado. So it's nice to see the efficiency mixed in with the playmaking ability. That's how you move the depth chart.
You know, we talk about...
Look at all these Browns fans in Charlotte, man.
Excited.
Here's
Love
Cam
it.
Wolf.
You mentioned the rhythm. You've done a lot of waiting this spring and summer, but today was your opportunity. Led 3 touchdown drives, threw 2 touchdowns. What would you grade your performance today?
I would say a C+.
C+. Why?
Yeah. It's passing. It's passing because we got the win. You know, that's first and foremost, and that's extremely important. But, you know, Pop said, you know, take advantage of the opportunity, and I don't feel like I did. So, you know, I feel like I let him down a little bit. But on the team behalf, I feel like I ran the offense pretty well. I feel like I got to my decisions, and in some things I could have done better, and different process where I could speed my feet up. So, you know, I'm just thankful for the opportunity. I'm happy, you know, we won.
Yeah.
But it's definitely still time to go to work.
Right. Obviously, you're critical of yourself. I think a lot of people at home would think you put on a show. What is the element you want to improve on the most that you said you thinking you let Pop down on?
I would say definitely getting to that rhythm early. You know, that's something I've been working on even since college, you know. So we can't, there's no circumstance we could start out, you know, throwing 0-1 off rip, because then you go in the hole and you got to get back out the hole. And one thing I pride myself on is getting out the hole. So, you know, whenever you go down, you ain't going to go too deep down. You're going to get back up, and, you know, you're going to keep doing it over and over and over again. So I'm just thankful for the opportunity, thankful for, you know, being out here, being able to have fun. Just everybody's dream to come out here and, you know, play the game free. And that's, you know, what I'm thankful for.
Look, I know he's picking apart his own game. I get it. It was pretty darn good.
A+ press conference, too, like interview with Cam there. That's how you answer questions about maturing as a quarterback.
Everyone gets it. Like, you just kind of expecting this dude to start
Good job.
rising. Nike's certainly loving that, as well as a former quarterback from another life and another movie.
I hear what all y'all saying. My name is Willie B, man. Hey, he the real deal. Real deal. That's coming from Willie. That's coming from Willie. Hey, now how y'all feel now? How y'all feel now? No matter what he do, how you feel now? Man playing for his daddy. All you haters, if you hate Shedeur, you hate football. How can you not love that story? Shedeur Sanders, absolute legend, icon, now his son, picking up the pace. Balling out. Balling out. Balling. That's straight for 51st and Hoover. Satin, homie.
The only thing that would have made that clip better, Chino coming out, talking about maybe Cameron Diaz making a little bit of a cameo in that deal. And look, if Shedeur starts throwing up before it starts, then we know there's a real connection between him and Willie Beeman. I love that movie, if you couldn't tell. But after what you saw in this performance, I get it. It's preseason, first start. Have you seen enough where maybe that conversation starts shifting in terms of where he sits on the depth chart?
Yeah, absolutely. Because as me and Steve were talking about, the offensive line during practice is very difficult. I was out there in Cleveland, and it's hard to see how good he is and how he's advancing in the quarterback realm. And tonight, I saw a lot of good things. Obviously, the lights aren't too bright for him, so he has that ability. Obviously, these playmaking abilities we had to do all day at Colorado. This is great. It was the place from the pocket that I liked, is when he was able to do this, man. That's what I need to see. Not panicking in duress, not trying to make all the extra plays. Right there from the pocket. Keep your eyes down the field, and you're going to continue to progress. The physical traits, I'm not worried about if he misses a throw every once in a while. I'm worried about if his eyes are in the right place. Does he look in rhythm when he should be in rhythm? That should have been a first down, by the way. Receiver's a yard short.
Came up short, yeah.
Yeah, but I thought he played fantastic. And this is just the beginning. And I love the press conference. That's why I said A+ press conference. He can give himself a C+ grade, which is probably pretty accurate. But the way that he answered the questions, for all the pomp and circumstance and the guy carrying the luggage in, right, for pregame, that's all great. That's for the fans. It's for the show. But he understands, listening to him, that he has to improve on the things that we just talked about.
And David, you know this. What I loved more about is the other guys played. Right, when you saw that whole offense, you didn't see a bunch of flags. You didn't see a bunch of pre-snap penalties.
Yep.
The way that they function when he has had limited reps, especially with some of the players he was out there with, showed me he had control of the offense. He had control of the line of scrimmage, right? Seeing what he had to see. Look at those guys running down there. Like the offensive linemen running down there after. Like these guys were enjoying playing with him because he had a certain stranglehold on what he was supposed to do. And you know, for a young quarterback, that's the most important part. If they're uncertain in the huddle, if they're not sure what to check off on, what the motion is, that causes problems. And this was only one preseason game. Granted, one preseason game, but Carolina this year was getting after him. There were 5 guys coming after him. They were doing some things. And he didn't seem to flinch. And I think he will move up the depth chart. Dylan Gabriel not being there, you saw that clip of him on the sideline. He was like, oh, well, I better come to grips with that. Like, this is something where, as a coach, especially when you have an uncertain quarterback situation like you do in Cleveland, let's give him more reps and see how he functions with this personnel grouping and that, just to see what he can do.
Okay, you saw a flash there because this is one preseason game.
Yes.
We'll see this Browns team against the Eagles, week number 2, next Saturday here on NFL.
More starters tend to play.
Okay, so what's the stackable
Yeah, that's great.
win? What do we want to see in terms of his progression?
Yeah, fantastic. Steve hit on it. Like, when you get in the huddle as a young quarterback, you are now standing in front of grown men that have families, and they want to know that you can provide for their family. Essentially, like, if I put you out here with me, if I go to the coach and vouch for you that you're in control of what's happening at the line, you handle the huddle correctly, I got to know that you can make sure I don't get cut or make sure there's not a new coaching staff in. All the warm and fuzzies, it extends to the coaching staff, to the offensive line protecting you. And these are dynamic plays. Like, if you can make a play like that and save a guy from a sack, okay, he missed the throw, don't care. He got out of the pocket, he did what he was supposed to do. The throws that you miss, and, you know, those guys on the wrong page, right? He missed a slant early. He missed that one, but relatively looking in the right place. It's all of the things that make the offensive line, make the guys around you. Like, when I was at practice, I saw him walk across the aisle to the defense, having a conversation with Myles Garrett mid-practice. Young guys don't usually do that. Like, I remember my brother doing that when he got to the Raiders. He would go across the aisle. And he was a starter week 1, Steve, because he engaged himself with the other side. And it wasn't just about him. It was, how can I make these guys better? Yep. Shedeur's got that quality. He has the lights aren't too bright for me quality. It's now just the little stuff. Those physical throws that he missed, I care less. That stuff is going to come with playing more. But that stuff you can fix. It's the other stuff that he does really well. I've been really impressed.
Yeah. Once again, we will see him in week number 2 of the preseason against the Eagles.
Keep it going, man.
Here on NFL Network on Saturday. A little bit more on Shedeur. Time for our insider, Ian Rappaport, who's with us right now. And I do want to let everyone know we can confirm Ian, a real person, not AI. I saw him in person. He had to go to the wash and fold place because he was doing training camp, had a million stops. I know you're glad you're home here, but